What's going on, IGTV peeps? Hopefully, you guys are having an amazing Sunday. I'm going to run over a real fast, older podcast we did on 5 important life questions. Now, these are questions that I've asked myself over the years, and then honestly, questions we get from you guys and all our coaching clients around the world. And it's just really basic stuff. And sometimes the answers are so simple, they're right in front of our face, but yet we're not willing to accept them as the answer or actually take action if we already do know the answer to them. So, no sugarcoating, no bullshit, just straight to it. Question 1 we get. People ask, what do I do if I don't like how I look? Simple answer, be active and move your body every single day, at least for 30 minutes, 365 days a year. Eat real nutrient whole foods that fuel your body and make you guys feel good. Simplistic stuff outside of that, get a fresh haircut, shave, buy yourself some new sneakers, a new pair of clothes or pants or something that's going to make you feel, better and more confident. It's really sometimes the simplest things that make us feel good about ourselves. And in all reality, too, I'll touch on this super fast. If you don't like how you look, you have to be realistic, though, too, with yourself, with your genetics, with your age, who you are, what station you're at. And I'm not saying don't go out and work for all the things you want. But in reality, sometimes life is going to deal us a certain hand, At some point, my hair is just going to fall out. It's going to be what it is. I'm going to look exactly like Bruce Willis, and that'll be my life, moving forward. And if that's, if it happens tomorrow or if it happens 2 years from now, I had a good run while I had it. And again, I'm not telling you guys how to live your life, but you have to love yourself for where you're at today, in the current state that you're at. And you can't look back and say, oh, when I was 22, it was this. Well, shit, dude. We can all say that. At 17, we're all rock stars, and we could all, at 21 years old, we could stay up till 2 in the morning and, drink booze and eat fucking pizza. And we probably all looked pretty good, and our skin was amazing, and our hair was beautiful, and, we didn't really gain fat. But life changes. Circumstances change. Things change. And we can combat that. We can take care of ourselves. We can get quality sleep. We can stress less. We can be active. We can do all the proper things. But sometimes it's going to be what it is. And you can't always, live your life in the rear view comparing to what you thought you used to be. Because I think when we do that, we romanticize how amazing we were. I can't tell you how many dudes I've met who are like, oh, when I was high school, I was the greatest athlete ever. I'm like, I'm sure you really were. I'm sure you were better back in the day. But the reality is, we romanticize the past and the things and the way we want stuff to be. And so you have to love your body and yourself for who you are and where you're at. And you can work healthily and safely to change the things you don't love about yourself at the moment. But again, you guys, don't be your own worst enemy. Don't be your own worst critic. Don't be so hard on yourselves. That's the takeaway. Number 2, people ask, what do I do if I don't like my job? Fucking quit. That's, the simplest answer. Find something that you like or you love better. Something that, you would do for free in all reality. If you can get so good at that thing you do for free, you can get paid money for it. And I understand a lot of you guys out there, well, easy for you to say, Jeremy. And I know when I quit my corporate job and I started this over a decade ago, I didn't have, I wasn't married. I didn't have kids. I didn't have any real responsibilities. I had the smallest mortgage payment in the world. And I could eat shit and I was able to make it work. I know a lot of you guys have different obligations. You have bigger mortgages. You have multiple kids. You have car payments. You have student loans. You have all this crazy shit. But what I would say to you is this, trust me, you guys, life is too short to wake up and hate 90% of your fucking life working, doing some remedial bullshit task that you hate just for a couple of dollars to buy you a bunch of stuff that's not going to make you happy anyway. That's just my 2 cents. In the world we live in today, with the amount of access you have to people and technology and education, it is almost endless the amount of resources you guys have. There's no reason you can't change gears and do something different. And what I would tell anybody is, and I say it all the time, I'd live in a smaller house. I'd drive a shittier car. I'd wear older fucking clothes if it meant I didn't have to go to work doing something I hated to buy a bunch of shit that I really don't need. Because to me, you guys being happy and maybe living in a house that's 800 square feet smaller, maybe driving a car that's 5 years, older, maybe wearing, you can't buy the freshest, Nike or Lululemon gear right when it cocomes out. You might have to go to TJ Maxx or Nordstrom Rack to buy your shit. But so what? If you're happy as fuck every day doing a job that pays you $42,000 a year instead of $89,000 a year, that might be what it takes. So again, you don't feel like you're trapped and stuck. If it was 1986, for sure, when you didn't have the internet scale and you're stuck in rural Nebraska, then maybe, sure. But today, nah, man, it's almost endless what you can do. If you love something enough, you can be passionate as fuck and talk about Ninja Turtles on YouTube and probably make $50,000 a year, as crazy as that sounds. Number 3, what do you do if people in your life are dragging you down? Fire them immediately. Ditch those people, eliminate them. You're responsible for your happiness, your success, and your failures. And again, you can't let other people control your emotions and your happiness in the way that you live your life. If there are shitty people in your life, you're the CEO of everything you do. Eradicate them and get rid of them. And there's a quote we share all the time. Sometimes you can be such an amazing person. You can level up people around you. I do believe that in certain circumstances. But for most of us, it's not going to happen. So while you can't, change the people around you. If they're negative, if they're, a pain in the ass, if they're a drain. We talk it all the time, be a fountain or a drain. If you're a fountain for people, you're feeding them and you're helping them. If you're a drain on people, you're sucking the life energy out of them. And a lot of the energy sucks and the vampires are in your guys' lives, and they're around you, and they're draining you of your energy and your inspiration and your motivation and your influence on the world. So I would urge you to get rid of them, because if you can't change the people around you, you can change the people around you. So while you can't change them, you can insert different people in your life. So thereby that means you can change the people around you. So again, just like we do in this place, we hire quick and we fire quick. If you suck and you're not providing value and you're amazing and you're a fun, nice, awesome human being, I don't want you in my life. And so I get rid of those people pretty quickly. And even if you've been friends with them for 20 years, even if they're your family, I'm not saying you don't ever have to talk to them again, but they fit in a different category of your life. Because one of the biggest hindrances I see of people being successful and happy is being surrounded by a negative person who will always drag them down and doesn't back and support their dreams. And oftentimes it's a mom or a dad or, their husband or wife, which is really shitty. And you got to get rid of those fucking people quick, man, because they'll hinder you from living your best life and reaching all the goals that you have set out for yourself and reaching your full potential and happiness. And I hate to see people who have so much potential and so many gifts be dragged down by a shitty partner or brother or sister or family member or a bunch of friends. Number 4, what do I do if I'm not reaching the goals I set? Your goal, probably isn't important enough. You have to have a why for your goal. You have to seriously, give a shit about it and really care about it. And think about it seriously, why you're not reaching your goals on some levels, because you're probably not willing to sacrifice enough to make it happen. And the fix, you have to get to the point of no return, or what I like to call the fuck it point, of where you're either going to reach your goal or you're going to damn near die trying to do it. And honestly, I think that's what it takes to accomplish any great thing in life. Your friends and family will probably think you're crazy. You're going to have to, if you want to have, 6-pack shredded abs, if you want to be super fit and that's the goal, you're going to probably have to track the macros. You're probably going to have to give up happy hours or certain parties, or go to them and then stick to the food and, pick your spots when you can drink. Or if you want to make, you want to be a 1% earner in America, you have to earn over $440,000 a year. You're probably going to have to work more than 40 hours a week, probably closer to 60, 70, or 80. You're probably going to have to be in a field that is in some type of sales or something where you're providing so much value, people are you paying so much for your time, effort, energy, you can acquire that amount of money. So my point is that if you have a goal, make sure it's important to you. Make sure it really matters, and make sure that why you're doing it is so important that every single day, even when you don't feel like doing it, you put in the work anyway. And it's not a goal, people always say like, oh, push yourself. And pushing yourself is great. I believe that. But pushing yourself, to me, works in the days where you feel good already. So I'm waking up, I'm kind of motivated, and I'm going to push myself to the finish line. The goals I'm talking about, you guys, are the goals that pull you. So pushing is what you do on your own. A goal that is amazing to you and is really important, it pulls you out of bed. It pulls you to the finish line. It pulls you through to do another hour of work, to give up one extra thing, to make one extra sacrifice, to make one extra swap. So a lot of times people will set these goals, but they really don't matter to them. They're really not that important. They're not the goals that are going to make them happy and make them fulfilled. And I think those are the ones that really matter. And I think sometimes we arbitrarily set them on, we want to be a certain body fat percentage, or we want to drive a certain car, or we want to live in a certain type of house, or make a certain type of money. And I'm not saying those things are wrong, but are they really going to make you happy? Do they really matter to you? And why do they really matter to you? Why are you trying to do it? Are you doing it to impress your mom and dad, brother and sister, friends and family, or are you doing it for yourself? Because I think when you get to a point when you're doing something just for you, solely for you, that's when the real magic happens. And then question 5, I need to make more money. What do I do to make more money? And again, I'm not a money guy, you guys. I'm not a huge, get every dollar you can out of everything. I'm more of a happiness person, and if you can be happy, you can be successful in my book. But if you really want to make money, the way that I've found to do it, and again, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but add more value to people's lives. Be so fucking amazing, be so awesome, be so giving. You give so much more than people expect. You guys will make more money in your life than you ever thought possible. I promise you this. If you don't work for yourself, if you're in a company or organization, be a linchpin for them. Be so awesome, be so amazing they can't get rid of you. They couldn't replace you if they paid someone 3 times the amount of money. That's how you do it. Be awesome to people, help them, do more than anybody ever expects. Be more steak than sizzle, and you guys will make more money in your life than you ever dreamed of. At least that's been my experience, and then you can do the same thing for you guys. So anything else you guys want to hear in these videos, hit me out, tag me below, or on the podcast in general. I'm happy to record it. And until next time, eat well, train hard, be nice to people, and please, you guys, keep doing shit you love with people you enjoy, because your life is too short not to. Have an amazing Easter Sunday. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.